I could predict the weather, probably be a millionaire. So I wouldn't be able to answer the question.
Okay. Well, I think it is worth hearing from our operator representative in the audience. So, Steve, how do you see it?
So there's a few different questions.
Yeah, you've written a whole kind of essay, haven't you?
Just to kind of try and answer.
Yeah, we're going to get hungry soon as well.
So yeah, some context in terms of kind of data and is it a challenge around bandwidth, etc. Firstly, actually, a lot of mobile media usage doesn't require a data connection. There's messaging, there's voice, it's a phone after all. And actually, you can have a good amount of creativity and see some really good results in SMS, MMS, and other things that don't assume everything requires a data connection. Secondly, kind of data and things like an iPhone or a smartphone, in reality, the usage that makes of our data network is a drop in the ocean compared to laptops with a dongle. And we've been doing those things for corporates and others for years. Actually, it's just a case of, it's not actually something we can do. Yeah, in terms of what do we want to become, well, our stated ambition, we want to become the best live communications brand. That is what our future is going to be. We want to be number one at doing all those things. We've done things like acquire FreeServe, or was want to do, which acquired unanimously ads agency that kind of focuses on the web. And we really get mobile media, really want to do mobile media, even up an app level. We've launched a tariff called Monkey that actually includes mobile media, mobile messaging, mobile advertising as part of the tariff. There is clearly an understanding of these things and a recognition we really do have to make it work. We've got the biggest 3G network. That wasn't a mistake. That's kind of one of the things we deliberately set out to do. 3.5 G's here, 3.5 G's working well. And there is longer term evolution of 4G. Kind of other things coming down the line. There's an absolutely great understanding of these things and we want it to work, which is why we're here and why we're really active in this space. So, there are some challenges. Sometimes there is creativity for the sake of creativity, there is data usage for the sake of data usage. That's one end of the spectrum. The other end is the big lack of use of creativity, which these guys are doing. But it's a happy medium around the customer experience, and it'd be really great to kind of see the good things around this stuff that works really well.
That's good input, Steve. Thank you. And you will get a chance to quiz Steve later as well, so there's more stuff. So, yeah, go on, Scott. No, we've got a few minutes. We've got one more question.
Okay, so
are you waiting for it? So,
no.
One more question that preferably let's move off the operator side a little bit. Otherwise, we will be here all
one
day.
down here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Just really interested in the panel of you when you receive a brief from a client. For me, to access mass market, there's a massive creative challenge. So it's not. There's been talk about iPhone apps and how do you access the 98% population that don't have that? What's the panel's view on that?
Hang on, I'll just repeat that question, but I like the question very good, which is how do you reach the vast majority of people, the 98% who don't have an iPhone? What is the kind of creative challenge there? So, Scott.
I guess I go back to the new mantra, and mobile internet, SMS, and apps working in the cloud. That's the 2010. So mobile internet works on most phones, but if you want to go even further, globally, then just swap the two. So you just work with SMS, and there's still quite a lot of cool stuff you can do with that. And it really is as simple as that at the moment. Just keep it simple and work with SMS. We do quite a lot of that kind of stuff. It's not sexy, it doesn't win awards, but there's a lot of volume there. So British Gas text your meter reading, National Rail get an SMS when you, or British Airways get an SMS when your plane's running late. And interestingly, something's only 15 minutes late if you don't know it's late. Or if something's half an hour late and you find out half an hour early, then you've actually been given an extra half an hour, which is great. So there's quite a lot you can frame on that.
Which is an interesting point because all of those examples are essentially customer relationship rather than marketing or sales promotion. So,
yeah, I think it's one of the challenges when you get briefs like this. I think Chris said it before that it's very hard to get the scale if it's outbound. Sometimes it's very hard to get the scale because it's all about the data and where you've got the data and all that sort of thing. It's much like social media in its infancy in that sense. It's very hard to get a nice solid business case to get it to turn around and go, you're going to reach X number of people if we could put this out this way. So really I think it's about broken record again. If we look at where the consumer sits in the flow and how we can bring them in, and really it's about whether they choose to interact through that medium and how we can make that medium convenient for them to interact. Because I think the whole outbound thing will always struggle a little bit with that in terms of getting the data and being able to make sure we can push it. And if we can push it, exactly like Tyler said, not making it intrusive because it's a personal device, you know, it's very close. A lot of the outbound stuff just will hit at the wrong time, be irrelevant, that sort of stuff. So I think it's really trying to put the consumer back in the heart of it and put their control in their hands as part of a whole program.
Yeah, you know, I think we generally, like I said before, tier campaigns so that we have, you know, a common denominator and then scale up from there. But, you know, at Saatchi as well, our focus is not just to be only mobile. We see mobile as part of an integrated campaign. So we want to be on every screen, not just mobile. So it still should be the message, still be the idea that's king, not just the medium. So so that idea should be able to span, hopefully, beyond just mobile itself and still be relevant in other channels.
That's a good point, actually, because you shouldn't think about mobile being considered in isolation. Normally it's part of a bigger campaign, and it's about creating the narrative with nuggets and episodes of the story to create kind of the bigger picture, really.
I just thought I'm going for...
Studios and everything.
I know. These guys have mentioned personal device a couple of times and creativity, and where do you start? So with an SMS, if you're going outbound, how do you make sure it's not intrusive and all that? And we're just going for lunch, and I just thought of something which might be a bit of fun, right? Can everyone got their phones on them? Yeah? Can you all just hold them up in the air, please? So everyone get your phones out and hold them up. And you, Lidgy. Come on. Okay, now could you all just humour me and pass them to the one person on the left? I was going to ask. I was going to say pass them again, but just you know how you feel now. You feel like you've had a limb cut off, right? Yeah. I was going to say pass them again, and you could even say now try and send a text message, but that's another thing. You can all pass them back now. The point I'm trying to make is if you're going to do an outbound thing, think about that feeling you just had when you write your copy and the idea you have, and that will help a lot.
That's a very good example, Scott. Thank you. My question to you, which was... Sorry, Steve. Did you...
Last question.
Yes.
I'd really like to hear from these
This is the last question.
So what is the mobile marketing campaign or the mobile something campaign that you've seen that you wished you had created?
Oh, we do the best mobile campaigns in the world.
Okay, that's not your own style.
I can't think of one, honestly.
Well, name your best one then. What's your best one that you're really the most proud of? I'm sure you can get your results and it's the same.
Well, the Fantastel sound system is an application which uses 8 sounds in a language, come here, go away, good, bad, yes, no, for teens and young people to communicate without adults hearing. So the insight was that mobile is a communications device. It uses the speaker, which is one of the unique elements. But the nice thing is the sounds are in a pitch that adults can't hear, so 17,000 kilohertz. And you can play all these sounds in the classroom or the library, and adults can't hear it at all. And we just nearly hit 1 million downloads on that. For the amount of investment, the ROI is just brilliant. So, and it doesn't use data or anything. It's just 460k app. I mean, it's devious, it's creative, it's fun.
There was a nice piece at Cannes last year, which was actually kind of one of these devices. I'm not exactly sure how it works, as you never are when you sort of look at these outside things. But basically, it was somebody sent it to somebody else, registered their number, all that sort of stuff, and they played a video played on their computer screen. And while they were watching the video, their phone rang because the number had been put in, and when they answered their phone, it triggered the video to crash, and it was a video of a car driving. So the point being, if you pick up your phone while you're driving a car, you'll crash. And I just think it was it's really just a sweet thought. I mean, you can criticize in terms of like relevance and where it's delivered and all that sort of stuff, but it was just a nice use of technology. So I kind of like that.
Yeah. There's a company called Area Code that just always marvel at the work they've done. They do a lot of physical games that are on real space. So in New York, they created a Pac-Man game using the streets of New York, where there's a virtual ghost, and you're the Pac-Man, and you see it on your phone, and so there'd be people running down the streets of New York, running from fictitious, things chasing them, which I think is brilliant. If you could check them out online. All the work I think is really cool.
I do like the Nike boot camp. That's kind of a very good example of how it was really well, how they used the medium really, really well. It was basically a kind of a program which is personalized to you, and you could keep up to date and update via your kind of your own account online, and that would basically, wherever you are, that would be taken with you. So I think that's one of the kind of the best examples I've seen.
Good, interesting. 3 out of the 4 were apps.